Hey there, history buffs and gamers. Welcome back to Historically Gaming. I'm the Fit Historian, your guide on this exciting journey through the evolution of video games. Today we're going to explore how video games transformed from simple electronic amusements into the multi-billion-dollar industry we know today. We're also going to be running around my valley, doing some chores, and working on my Frost and Fairies star path. I might be able to throw something together like a room design or an outfit from what I get from the star path, so make sure you stay until the end to see what I can come up with. So without further ado, my friends, grab your coffee and your controllers, get comfy, and let's hit start on this epic quest. Our story begins in the early 1950s. At that time, computer scientists were starting to experiment with interactive entertainment on large mainframe computers. One of the very first known video games was created by physicist William Higginbotham in 1958. It was called Tennis for Two, and it was a simple tennis simulation displayed on an oscilloscope. Though rudimentary, it offered a glimpse into what gaming could become. Fast forward to 1972, Pong bursts into the scene like the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh yeah!
Developed by Atari, this table tennis simulation was groundbreaking and quickly became the first commercially successful video game. Players lined up in arcades to take turns battling it out, and Pong essentially laid the foundation for the video game industry by proving that gaming could be a profitable venture. Now let's shift gears to the mid-1970s, when the idea of playing video games at home started gaining traction. The Magnavox Odyssey made its debut in 1972 as the first home video game console. Though it had limited games, no color graphics, and relied on plastic overlays to simulate color, it opened the doors to gaming in the home environment. It was a significant step toward changing the way people entertained themselves. But the game changer for home consoles came with the Atari 2600, released in 1977. With its interchangeable cartridge system, gamers could play multiple titles, which included early classics like Space Invaders and Pitfall. This marked the beginning of gaming as we know it today, with players able to choose their gaming experiences from a range of cartridges. I bet you weren't expecting another Kool-Aid Man reference, were you? Well, neither was I, actually, until I was editing this video. Apparently there was a Kool-Aid video game, and I figured you needed to know about it. You're welcome. However, not everything was smooth sailing. The early 1980s saw a massive video game crash.
2 years ago, our visit to Atari found a company gorging itself with profits. Worldwide electronic violence was at its peak. In 5 years, Atari's video game sales had gone from $200 million to $2 billion. People here were fat with success, dumb about the future, and happy with what they were doing.
for us was that we had an awful lot of competition. 22 new companies got into the business in a 3-month period at the end of '82, and they put out an awful lot of product that was inferior.
Poor game quality, a flooded market, and the overwhelming number of low-quality games led to a financial collapse in 1983, wiping out many companies. It was a dark time indeed. But just when it seemed like gaming might be down for the count, Nintendo came to the rescue. In 1983, it launched the Famicom in Japan, followed by the NES, or the Nintendo Entertainment System, in the US in 1985. With iconic titles like Super Mario Bros. And The Legend of Zelda, Nintendo revitalized the gaming industry, setting new standards in gameplay, storytelling, and creative design. It was as if gaming had been given a second chance. Now, let's talk about the glorious 16-bit era. The Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, or SNES, became staples in households everywhere during the late 80s and early 90s. This was a time of fierce competition between Sega and Nintendo, leading to groundbreaking titles and memorable mascots.
This year, Nintendo may be up against some serious competition.
What Nintendo don't? The 16-bit Genesis system by Sega. Genesis does it all.
Sega's Genesis is Nintendo's nemesis. It's one of 2 16-bit systems that are already in the US. Sega clearly hopes to leapfrog Nintendo by touting 16-bit's advantages.
Sonic the Hedgehog dashed his way into hearts, standing in stark contrast to Mario's jumpy adventure. Who can forget classics like Street Fighter II and Chrono Trigger that defined this generation? During this time is when we get the start of censorship ratings for video games, like rated M for mature audiences or G for general audiences. If you'd like to dive deeper into that topic and see how Nintendo and Sega had a hand in it, I highly recommend checking out the video I made about it. I'll link it in the upper right hand corner for you to check out. As we entered the mid-90s, technology began to march forward dramatically with the introduction of 3D graphics.
Now this brave new world has gone to hell.
In the early 90s, the gaming world was dominated by platformers and adventure games. Then came Doom, a game that not only introduced fast-paced visceral combat, but also popularized the use of 3D graphics and networked multiplayer gaming. If you're curious about how Doom completely changed how we play games, I have a video you definitely need to check out. Again, I'll link it up in the upper right-hand corner for you. The Sony PlayStation launched in 1994, and the Nintendo 64 followed a few years later. Titles like Final Fantasy VII introduced players to expansive worlds, intricate storytelling, and complex character development, while Super Mario 64 brought unprecedented freedom of movement in a 3D environment.
Here we go!
The year 2000 brought about the online gaming revolution. High-speed internet made it possible for gamers to connect with one another across the globe. Multiplayer experiences like Counter-Strike and MMORPGs like World of Warcraft transformed gaming into a social activity. Suddenly you could team up or compete with friends from across continents, all from the comfort of your own home. Fast forward to today, and video games have blossomed into a multi-billion-dollar industry. From stunning graphics to intricate storytelling and immersive gameplay, the landscape has changed dramatically. Games like The Witcher 3, Fortnite, and Among Us showcase how technology has allowed for creativity to flourish. Mobile gaming has expanded access, allowing everyone to play anywhere at any time. What's truly remarkable is how gaming has grown into a cultural phenomenon that brings people together both on and offline. Whether you're a fan of classic arcade titles, gripping RPGs, or engaging mobile games, one thing is clear. The evolution of video games has been nothing short of extraordinary. What's your favorite gaming era, and what is your favorite game from that era? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this retrospective on gaming history, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you ring the bell for more thrilling content. Until next time, stay curious and keep gaming. Bye!